So I know this isn't the traditional start to my videos, but I have been in the worst, I don't know if I would call it a reading slump, but I haven't read in a month. And this video you're going to watch was filmed back in October. It is Thanksgiving break, so I'm very late to editing this, so hopefully it doesn't bother you time-wise. But it has just taken me so long to get around to editing this because I have not been motivated. I've been so busy with school and I have just been so burnt out. But it is still a fall time video and we are still in fall, so I am going to get through and upload this. I have my bowl of cereal and I will get working. But you are already seeing the final product, so I hope, even though it's from October and Halloween time, I hope you still like the fall vibes. I'll do better next time. I just need to get out of nursing school. Happy fall time. So I figured we would do maybe like a little vlog, a week or two. I have a couple of activities that I'm doing within the next few days that are kind of fall themed, and I'm in the middle of reading a really good book and I kind of wanted to document it. So we'll go ahead and we'll do that during this video. Hopefully it won't be too long of a video. I do have so much schoolwork as always, but right now I am reading The Scarlet Veil and I'm 77% of the way through and I'm really liking it. I wouldn't say it's a 5 out of 5, like it's not the best book ever, but I'm really enjoying it. It's so long. I think it's like 620 pages, but I find it very easy to read. It almost feels like a Wattpad book because it's so... the main character is just kind of like annoying. She's very stubborn and she's very naive, and like just like the things that kind of happen in the story, I feel like it's very Wattpad, but maybe it's because it's YA, and I haven't read YA in a while. I've been reading a lot of like adult books, adult romance, so maybe I just feel like it's Wattpad because that's what I kind of read when I was growing up and when I was like a teenager and like middle school. But anyways, I'm really enjoying that book. It's all about vampires, but there's more than just vampires. There's witches, mermaids, werewolves, but it's all in like kind of like French, so they're like under different names. So I'm glad I'm reading it on my Kindle because I can just like highlight the word and have the Kindle, you know, like transcribe it for me. But I'm really liking it. I'm going to finish it hopefully soon, within the next couple days, because like I said, I am at 77%. And then unfortunately I haven't done much reading on my fall TBR list. I thought I would be able to, but once again, school has kind of overtaken everything, so we can pick together the next book I want to read. I have 2 other vampire books on the list, and right now I feel like I want to continue reading vampire, but my feelings could change, and a new book could randomly just call me, and I want to read it. But that is the current reading status that I have, so I am keeping up with reading. And today I am going over to my sister's and we're just gonna make some pizza, do some cookies, and watch some Halloween type movies maybe. So I'll kind of bring you along for a bit of that, but then later on we have a pumpkin patch and then we're going out for Halloween, so you can see my costume a little bit later. But other than that, I've just been so busy with school. I haven't done much fall things and I really wanted to get into the fall feeling because it hasn't felt like a season for me when it's just been school. But anyways, I will update you guys a little bit later. Maybe we can do like a little bit of a montage, and then hopefully I'll have read some more so we can discuss maybe a next pick. Alright, so me and my sister got Labubu's a couple months ago and we decided to buy outfits for them, and we're gonna just surprise each other with the outfits. So I have no idea what she got, and she has no idea what I got. I was thinking maybe we could guess what the other person got. Okay. So I'll guess for you. So we both got the Big Into Energy Labubu. So mine's the Hope one, which is blue, and hers is
Love, which is the pink one.
I thought it was red. Pinkish red.
Okay, yeah.
But anyway, so you said you got 2. You said you got one that was more seasonal. Did you get like a pumpkin?
No.
Maybe like a bat or something?
No.
Okay. Then I don't know. Maybe something cute.
But you are like in the field of like Halloween.
Oh,
type.
maybe a vampire?
I don't think so. No.
Okay. And then what do you think mine is? I didn't do seasonal. I didn't know we were doing that. I just
like,
bought an outfit.
Oh no, I kind of just like the one that I got. But for you, since yours is like green, right?
Blue.
Blue, sorry. Maybe like a white outfit or like a white and black outfit.
Okay. Alright, should we do it at the same exact time?
Yeah, I already have it in my pockets.
Okay, let's close our eyes.
Okay.
And then on the count of 3, we'll just show each other. So
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
A cheetah! Like pajamas.
It is. And I like cheetah print. Like my school bag is cheetah print.
Gosh, that's
I feel like a
funny.
makeup guru.
Well, mine
Yours is
like a little Red Riding Hood kind of like, I don't know, like devil.
Oh, that is cute.
And I got like the shoes for
shoes.
it.
Mine still. I should have gotten slippers. Maybe I can buy slippers for mine because it has.
Yeah, because I had to individually get like the shoes because I think the little Boo Boo outfits on Amazon, you have to like, they don't usually come with shoes.
Yeah, because mine didn't. But I like that mine came with like a little headpiece.
That's true.
That I could like cover it. But I just thought it was funny.
It kind of looks almost like a hat too, but it looks good. I like it.
Because it was blue, and what goes good with blue?
That's what I was thinking for mine, was like what went good with like a reddish pink.
And the dresses I was seeing online, like they started so low. I was like, I don't want that much like.
True.
Yeah.
Or like they had like, they all kind of looked almost the same. And
Yeah.
it just didn't look great. So I thought this would be like good.
It is so cute. That's it.
Yay.
Never really know what's going on. Look at me sometimes like all you want to do is run. Hear me out, hear me out. It's all the things you never show. There are the things I want to know. Secrets start in your heart so slow. But if you don't wanna tell me now, I guess I'll never know. Losing almost all my energy. It's getting hard to talk to you, and I'm the only one who speaks. It's all the things you never show. There are the things I want to know. Secrets start in your heart so slow. But if you don't wanna tell me now, I guess I'll never know. Here we go, turning all the wrongs into rights. Here we go, you can take me there tonight. Whoa, this life is all we know. Whoa, I can't stay if you can't let it go. I never really know what's going on. And even when you're next to me.
Okay, we had never made pizza before on our own, and it's so embarrassing. We saw stuff on TikTok about like making our own pizza. So like this, and you like form it, but it's not forming. And that's supposed to be a ghost. Oh my god, it's so lumpy. I suppose it's my fault because I picked it up and I started like mishing it together. So this was supposed to be aesthetic and it's not. How am I gonna make this pizza? Like, there's no, it's just, well, at least we have cookies. Alright, so I put sauce on it either way, and now I'm putting cheese. It's all gonna be just straight crust, but it is what it is. Give him a smile. None of this is coming out good. I'm just gonna pretend these are eyeballs. Does it look good?
Yeah.
Look at this smile. Alright.
And then
Yeah. Top rack or second?
second. There we go. Very nice. Let's see how it goes.
If it gets more and more poofy, I'll cry. I mean, at least it's looking a little bit better. It's starting to look like pizza. That's the bat. What do you have to say about your bat?
It looks more like a bat ghost than anything.
It's hard.
It's really hard. Like it just doesn't stretch.
Sorry if the lighting is bad, but I wanted to do an update because it's the next day and I had just like a full day of like schoolwork and studying. So it's finally like 9:30 p.m. and I'm gonna read for like an hour or two before going to bed. And I just have my lights on, listening to music, and I like have my Kindle. Thing is dirty, but I have my Kindle here on my little stand and I'm reading and I'm relaxing. But I just really want to rant about the main character because she's so annoying. She's so embarrassing. It's just, she's definitely that like quirky main character girl. And it's just like, she needs to just like stop. Like calm down, stop being so anxious, you're driving me insane. Because I don't want to give like the exact situation away in case people are like wanting to read the book and they don't want spoilers. But there's obviously it's about vampires and it's a lot like the Vampire Diaries, where just like a lot of the vampire stuff is exactly how it is in the Vampire Diaries. Obviously some things are different, but in the Vampire Diaries, if you have ever seen that show, they talk about how blood sharing with another vampire is very like intimate. She is not a vampire, she's human, but the same thing has been said in this story, that it can be a very intimate process. And she basically gets found out with bites on her wrist, and she just won't stop talking about it in like a way of like she's trying to like defend herself. Like she's obviously flustered, so she's just having like word vomit, but like I'm reading it, I'm just like, girl, shut up. The person you're talking to does not know that vampire bites could ever be like an intimate thing, and you're basically like telling him that it's like it could be an intimate thing because she's trying to like defend a situation that she doesn't even need to defend. It's just like embarrassing. Just like, girl, stop. But I mean, the plot is really good. Things are always happening, so that's like a really good plus about this book. But I think because of her, I just like, it's not possible for me to give this book a 5-star. I'm almost done. I have 78% of the book left, so within the next few days I'll finish it. I'm really liking it, so I'll probably get through, I'm pretty sure I'll get to like 80-something% by tonight. Because I'm just gonna continue laying here and listening to some like soft music in the background. But I just figured I'd update you since I haven't talked anything book-wise lately. or at all during this video. It was mainly just like me and my sister doing our little pizza stuff. But I'm really enjoying the book, and I would recommend it to you guys if you guys are interested in vampire type of like romance books. Who wouldn't be? But it's interesting, so yes. I also was outside earlier today with my friend studying, and I got sunburnt on my freaking face. I don't think you can see it because of the lighting in here, but it's just like all right here, my nose, and like here, like burnt. I'm like, it's fall time. How am I still getting burnt? I think also like the top of my head is a bit red too. So we're just gonna drink my water and we're just gonna relax because I've had enough for the last like 48 hours. So I'll update you when I've read more though. Alright, so I have some good news. I did finish my Kindle book, which was The Scarlet Veil. I finished it last night, and that ending was not what I thought it was going to be, but it was like in a good way. Like, I didn't mind the ending. It was a lot more gory than I thought, and it wasn't like immensely gory because again it is still YA, but it was kind of like explicit in like the fight scene and like I guess wounds, and I was just kind of like ugh. But it was very interesting. I decided to rank it a 4-star on Goodreads, but in reality it's more probably like a 3.75. Like, there was kind of confusion in the beginning of the book that kind of made me not want to give it such a high ranking. The author didn't really give background information on the character because I guess there was this huge kind of fight that happened where her sister died, and they don't like explain who the person is that killed her sister and like how it happened. You kind of just have to like learn about it kind of through like context clues almost as the story goes on, and you pick up bits and pieces. Like, I don't think I fully understood like how she died until almost like the end, because they went over it again, and that I didn't like because I felt very confused and it was hard to get into in the very beginning. And also they kept referencing the sister with like 2 different names. I think her name was like Philippa, and then they also nicknamed her like Pippa, and like in my head I couldn't process that that was like the same person, so I was very confused in the beginning. And then also just like the main girl character, I found her so annoying. She wasn't like annoying like the whole time, but she would just do things where I'm like, girl, like stop. Like, I could tell this was a YA book, and I don't want to be too harsh then because that is the genre, and maybe I'm just more used to adult books, but it felt like I was reading a Wattpad book by like not like a known author, by like just somebody having fun and like, oh, let's make this character like this. Like, I don't know, but either way I still really liked it, and I wanted to pick my next book with you. Kind of, I've already decided if I'm being honest, but I'll tell you the 2 that I was debating between. So I still have my list of like my fall TBR books if you've watched that video, and I only read 1 book from there, so I still have 4 left, and that was supposed to be books I read, you know, in September, October, and November. So yes, I still have like a whole nother month, but 4 books in 1 month with me having nursing school, I don't know about that. So I was debating whether or not I should pick up a book from there, but I don't really feel like reading another vampire book because I'm still into this world, and I do want to pick up the second book, which is called The Shadow Bride, and I don't want to like mix vampire worlds together and like get confused before I pick up the second book. So I decided against one of those books. There was another one that was a dark romance book, and I didn't really feel like reading that right now. And then there was Twilight, which is another vampire book that I have on that list, so I didn't really feel like reading again another vampire book. So the only one that kind of left me was continuing this series, which is the Bane Chronicles. This one is kind of like after the Mortal Instruments and also after the Clockwork series, so you just basically dive into like Magnus Bane, and I really do want to pick this one up because it's been a while since I've read a Cassandra Clare book. I almost called her Cassandra Clark. It's Cassandra Clare. It's been a while since I've read one of her books, and I do want to continue her kind of like more her Shadowhunter like series because she has more out there. So this one I was debating between, but then I was like, yeah, but this book I wanted to read last year and it's still kind of like calling my name, so I think I'm gonna go with this one. And that is The Silent Patient. I also figured this might be more fun for you guys to kind of watch me read in case none of you have kept up with this series or don't really care about this book. Because I feel like this isn't like a main book. It's not like I'm reading, you know, like City of Ash, City of Glass, whatever the first one is. But this one, I've heard good things about it. Like, it really like is freaky, and I really want to dive into it. It's also shorter than that book, but there's a lot of words on the page. So I figured that because Halloween is like in a week, about. Yeah, it's an exact week, because today is the 24th, I think. Whatever the Friday before Halloween is. So I have a week, and not saying I could finish this in a week because I have a lot of schoolwork going on, but it would be like a more fun book to kind of read during Halloween time, so I'm going to go ahead and go with this, now that I've given a 5-minute long explanation on why. But that's, I don't know, it seems interesting enough, it's spooky enough. I don't know too much about it. I'm sure you guys have heard about it online because it was very popular, but if you haven't, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I know that there is, I think it's a girl, yeah, refusing to talk. I believe like something happened, maybe somebody died, and there is finally like a criminal psychotherapist is able to finally like get her to tell her story. So, sounds creepy. Maybe not something I should read if I'm doing my clinicals overnight at a hospital, which I start today. Might freak me out. But I have decided this is what I'm going to read. And I'll start a little bit right now. I'm just going to go ahead and make breakfast, and I'll read like maybe a chapter or two. And then unfortunately I have to get ready for my clinical. I gotta go in at 5:30 p.m. and I get out at 5:30 a.m. So we'll see how much reading I do. This is my Halloween costume. So I'm just waiting for my friends, and then we can go. And I honestly don't know if I'll film anything, but just going out for Halloween. We're all being princesses, and I'm Aurora. I feel like I look like Glinda though. Perfect timing anyways, because the second one comes out next month in November, and I'm ready to see it. But I did want to update on the book because today's the second day of reading it, and I got about 50 pages in. So yeah, 55. I made it to part 2. I didn't know this book was broken up into different parts, but I like it so far. I like it so far because the chapters are pretty short, and I think maybe there's like 1 or 2 that haven't been short, but they kind of go through like fast anyways. And there's little pieces where the patient, who is like the main person of the story, she has like little diary entries, so that's really interesting that we get to kind of like see her perspective before the murder happens. I know in the beginning I wasn't very sure like what happens, but basically it's suspected that she killed her husband, and ever since then she just hasn't spoken. She made like an art piece, and that was it, because she's an artist. But I'm enjoying it. I definitely want to continue as much as I can. I will be busy tomorrow. I have a pumpkin patch, but I will take you along for that. And then obviously tonight I won't be doing any reading because I'll be having some fun with friends, taking pictures and just listening to music. So most likely on Monday, even though I have to catch up on homework, but I'll definitely be finishing this hopefully soon. because this is really good and I kind of want to finish it around Halloween time because it's kind of spooky. But that's kind of the update I have for you guys. Hope you like my costume, but I will talk to you later. Alright, I really did not record, like, at all when I went out. And then the pumpkin patch ended up getting postponed. So I'm gonna do that tomorrow, which is Thursday. I just got home from school. I have school tomorrow, but I have been reading. I've actually read, to me, in my opinion, I feel like I've read a lot because I only have that much left. There's 75 pages left in the book. I feel like I've been flying through this, but I feel like, to be fair, the chapters are really short, so like the end will look like that, so it's only like half of a page, and then when you get to like the next page, when you're about to get to a chapter, the entire next page is like blank and then it goes in. That's not all the time, but I feel like that is helping me. And then the book is broken up into different parts, so when it starts a new part, it's not like a full page, but it's talking about like, it just has like a quote on it. But this book, I was thinking to myself when I've been reading it, that I was like, it's not really scary. I feel like it's just more of a mystery because you're learning more about the psychotherapist who's trying to get the main person to talk, the silent patient to talk, but also you're learning the background of the silent patient and like why she's silent, why she's not talking, what actually happened that night, was she the killer? And so it's a lot of like detective almost, because he can't just like ask her like a normal therapist to like dive into her past. He has to like almost be a detective and like ask her friends and her family members. So it's really interesting to kind of like explore more by those conversations, but also like getting more parts of her diary entry. And I think last night when I was reading it, it finally got to a point where I was like, oh, it's kind of scary. Maybe it's just because like I don't do well with like stalkers, and she's basically like, in her journal entry, she's talking about how there's this man watching her, and it was dark. I was alone in my room, and it was just like, I didn't like it. So that was the only point that like felt kind of like very scary and like made me feel uneasy. Other than that, I've just been kind of like really interested and like want to know. I do this thing with mystery books, unfortunately, where I'll start like randomly flipping through like future pages and I'll try to like catch a sentence or a couple of words, and I shouldn't do that, but I'm just so impatient. So I did that last night, and I think something crazy is gonna happen. Well, obviously because it's a thriller, so I know that like a big plot twist is coming, but I think it has to do with like the narrator. Like maybe we can't trust him, and I kind of like when books do that because you almost just are like, I don't know, when I read that I was just kind of like, oh my gosh, I feel so betrayed. Like, who are you? So I have 75 pages. If I'm gonna be honest, I kind of want to finish it today, but I do need to study for my exam tomorrow. Right now it is 4 p.m. and I feel like I can knock out those 75 pages like, not like, it won't take me that long, so I kind of just want to do that. But I also just need to make dinner, so I think maybe I'll make dinner first. I will knock out those 75 pages and then I'll study. And then tomorrow I will be going to school, and then I have my pumpkin patch. So depending on if I do actually finish the book today, and depending on like if I can't wait to talk about it, I may update you again today. Otherwise you just may not hear from me until Friday. And then I can just finish the vlog anyways on Friday because we'll be kind of done with some fall activities. But I am really, really enjoying this book, that I did not want to put it down last night. I had to force myself to go to bed. So like today, like all I want to do is just pick it up and read it. So I'm really positive that I can finish today. I just also need to make sure I'm studying for my test. But I guess I'll update you and you'll find out whether or not I finish today or later. to wrap up this video, I did end up finishing The Silent Patient the night that I said I was going to. But then I ended up going to the pumpkin patch, which I did show a couple things from there. And then I just got really busy with like school and I had nursing clinicals. So I just kind of wanted to finish up on my thoughts about the book. I ended up giving it, I gave it a 4-star. I think that it was really good because the twist did get me. I was kind of reading some reviews on Goodreads about what other people thought, and I think that they were saying that the ending was kind of like predictable if you've read enough like mystery, but that's not normally like the genre that I go into, so I feel like they definitely like tripped me up. I've never read a book like this before where it's like I've never read a book like this before where it's like about a patient and it's kind of like medical, which I found was really exciting because I have done like a mental health clinical round for my nursing school, so it was kind of interesting to see like the whole like therapy section, and I could like imagine what like the rooms and everything looked like, so that was pretty cool for like my end. I don't want to like give anything away, so I'm not exactly like sure how else to review it. I think that the writing was pretty good because it was from the therapist's like point of view, and you kind of like dissect and learn things as he learns things. But I think that adding in the diary entry from the patient was super interesting because it just kind of divided it up nicely, and you got to like see a little bit of her point of view to see whether or not, because sometimes you can't always trust the narrator and whether or not she's telling the truth, because you know she is a patient and there's a reason why she's not talking, and you're kind of curious as to like why she did what she did, if she even did what she did. So I guess hearing from her point of view sometimes for the diary entry was pretty interesting. I did like that. It was a very short book, so I went through it super fast, and I definitely like would read more from that author just to kind of see what else he's done. I don't know anything else he's written, but I've heard like a lot of people talk about that book, so I'm finally glad I got to read it because I wanted to read it last year and I never did. So it's finally off my TBR, and I can say that I read a spooky book during Halloween time because normally I don't. But that's pretty much it. I did enough things for fall time, and unfortunately now I have to go back to doing schoolwork because I'm a little bit behind on my work. But I hope you enjoyed some of the fall things I did. We did some pizza making. I know I didn't show much, but I went out for Halloween as a princess, and then I went to a pumpkin patch and we just finished 2 books. So if you guys want, I do post a little bit on TikTok, though there's some videos there. I can leave my link down below. Same thing with Instagram. I'm still trying to get more into posting like book content. I think it's more of like on my story you'll kind of see that, like the current book I'm reading and like some quotes. But that's pretty much it. If you liked this video, there are more like that I have currently done so far, so you can definitely watch those and subscribe if you like. I will definitely come out with more videos. I do have an idea coming up soon. I just unfortunately, again, I always say I'm just a little bit busy with schoolwork. And there goes my cat jumping on the counter. I'm just a little bit busy with schoolwork, unfortunately, but I am working on more videos and hopefully I can get a little bit quicker with uploads. But I appreciate you guys for staying and watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Bye.